Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be doing a banner review of the brand new Red Chandler. So this Red Chandler unfortunately is the same version of the blue old one, so of course he does unfortunately share the same old substats. Let's actually look at those substats. We go all the way into the labyrinth of characters I own. This one, yeah, he unfortunately does share the same substats, which is very bad, as you can see here, with extremely low crit defense. Not too bad crit resistance though, but horrible crit defense, which isn't the best in today's meta, especially with people like Escanor, who are insane crits. You've got melee, there's so mmany insane crit DPSs nowadays. It's quite bad. But let's get onto his kit. So we'll, not used to what that was. We'll have a look at his skills and then we'll see what he does. So we'll go over his passive first. If the allies, including the sub-slots, are demon race, decrease demon race allies' damage taken by 30% and increase attack-related stats by 15%. If the unit is assuming a stance, increase the demon allies' crit defense and resistance by 30%. So it's cool, but he's a back unit. But when he comes to the front and he has a stance up, this stance is it's not a counter, it's the stance the same as Valentine's Day Diane's. So at level 1 it's just 40% defense, 2 turns taunt. Level 3 it's 50% defense, 2 turns taunt, and then whenever they attack you, they lose an ult gauge. At level 3 it is 2 turns, 60% defense, and they lose 2 ult gauge every time they attack you. And then just your standard pierce skill. Sorry, ult gauge removal skill, so at level 1 it does absolutely nothing. At level 2 it just has the delete 1 ult gauge effect, but still the same amount of damage. And then at level 3 it's 3 ult gauge with a little bit of a higher multiplier. It is quite a bad skill set, I'm not going to lie. Like, even for a support character, like Zeldris, like OG, like Nebula Zeldris, had... Like, he had Infect, he had ult gauge removal, which was good, which was like, it's cool, right? It was good, he had a bad ultimate, but still. This guy has a whole bad kit. His passive does require him to have a full demon team, so Gelder does count. He also works in the back as well, which is kind of good. But you're still going to get minced. Unfortunately, it's not going to save you from, like, the current meta. Maybe if demons come back, but unfortunately the demon team is a very highly contested team. You've got Estarossa, you've got Demon King, you've got Demon King Melee, you've got Gelder, you've got all these characters trying to contest, and then if you talk about back units as well, you've then got Blue Cusack, Green Chandler, who's not really contesting, but still, no, you can't run almost as Eldris, but you still can, if you really wanted to, and now this guy as well. In my opinion, it's not the best. Maybe... thankfully he works in the back. If he didn't work in the back, he'd be completely useless. Because there's passive taunt removal, which is of course melee, who is quite common on Zin's teams, or, you've got Escanor on human teams who doesn't really care if you have a taunt, he'll still obliterate you. The banner itself's a 242, so it's not the most expensive. If you want to grab a copy of him, if you're like a Demon's main, go for it. But overall, the banner isn't the best, there's not really many good characters. On my main account, I will just do 2 summons, because it's 30 diamonds plus 1 diamond, so it's only 31 diamonds for 2 summons, which is quite good. And then, if you pull the character as well, boxy CGP, but it's also like, he might be half decent later on. I doubt it, but there's a possibility. But overall, the balance looks super mid, and of course I don't pull anything. Standard. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend something, especially with the fact that probably this week, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure this week, we're going to have a stream, and then they'll announce whether the next big character is. As of making this video, they've not announced anything, they've not given any like spoilers or anything, meaning it's probably not a big banner, it's probably just like a standard catastrophe banner that's like end of the month, so probably add like a new catastrophe character, or a new Ragnarok maybe, but I don't think it'll be a festival. If it is a festival, it's going to be a lot of pain, because we would have no breaks at all this year in terms of banners. This is the only month where they can now do a break. The only other month it could have been a break was January or end of March. We only got 3 breaks in a year, and we didn't get 2 of them this year, so we can only have this one, which is the last one, and we may not even get it, because, seasonal festivals, which is like the worst thing they could have ever added to the game. It's stupid. But anyway, Banner's super mid. He isn't too bad. He's a backline support character for demons. If you want to run him with Gelder or melee or whatever demon team, if you're a demon sip, go for it. Apart from that, the banner doesn't really have any worth. You know, you got Matrona, who's like okay, but she's in the SSR tickets. This Ludo, he's not too bad for Chaos mode, but that's really it. SSR tickets, SSR tickets. All of these are in SSR tickets, apart from him. I feel like this entire banner is in the SSR tickets, apart from these two. And of course the new Chandler. So it's a really bad banner. I would have at least expected, like, I don't know, Blue Roxy or maybe Blue Cusack, you know, just sort of spice up this banner a little bit to make it more worth it. Because this banner has like no worth. If you're a new player, or sorry, if you're a long-term player, this banner has zero worth. Apart from, of course, the character on the banner himself. You know, getting dupes for none of these characters really means anything. Blue Tarmiel is always nice to have dupes for, because... Sorry, Red Tarmiel is always nice to have dupes for, because, of course, you need him 6/6 to get the most basic stats out of him, to sort of make the Red Tarmiel effect, you know, to make the person you're putting on a little bit more tankier. Ludo's not bad to have dupes for, because, of course, he has a lot of CC anyway, and, you know, if you're playing Chaos mode, and using him in Chaos mode, you kind of want as much CC as possible, because Chaos mode... I could say a lot about Chaos mode. I have a lot of things to say about Chaos mode. But that's for another video. It's probably one of the worst game modes in the entire game, I'm not gonna lie. It was fun the first 2 times, now it's just a boring, just absolute whale fest. It's not playable for anyone who's got less than like 10 mil box CC, really. You know, no free-to-play players reaching top 1%. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. But yeah. Thank you for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.